Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I made a new build looking at what the speedrunners have been doing, and we picked up the IceRind Hatchet, which has the Hoarfrost Stomp that is probably the best ash in existence right now. It scales absolutely massive as you upgrade the weapon with somber smithing stones, and yes, you could also get the Hoarfrost Stomp as a normal ash of war to use on any kind of weapon. But you do notice the amount of damage that thing just does, right? Yeah, that was the boss fight. It's already over. The Hoarfrost Stomp is one crazy ability. As you can see, you can do this. It does the build up of freeze, so you get frostbitten. At the same time, you can pre-do it because the most important one is this the staggering explosion that does bonus damage. So you have the pre-initial damage, which does some, and then the explosion frost damage, which does all the damage. And frankly spoken, is absolutely madness what that puts down. Yes, you can get the Hoarfrost Stomp normal to use it later on any weapon, but then you have to upgrade with normal smithing stones. So you're essentially doing this, and everything just dies. And the good thing is you can essentially just spam that. I mean, look at the consumption of mana it only takes. So this is me killing bosses. If you're looking for a build to essentially beat the game, and we're talking about beating the game and at the same time bullying bosses, like we're literally talking about bullying bosses to the maximum. Well, I got something for you. The position of the IceRind Hatchet, and also if you're looking to get the somber smithing stones early, that is essentially how I started my playthrough. I began as a prisoner because the prisoner has good stats. Got myself the Radagon Star Seal, video up where to find it, and then I just rode essentially through the peninsulas and everything, grabbed myself the easy somber smithing stones you're getting early. Here, this is the trick with Volcano Manor, where you go below the Raya Lucaria Academy to then get your somber smithing stone. Then you're in the Manor, you do the jump, and you get your somber smithing stone 7. And then after 30 minutes of creating a new character, I've been having the IceRind Hatchet together with then all the smithing stones straight away. And I'll tell you that as soon as you have that thing, I've been running around and I just decided, why, if we not have this killer weapon, wouldn't we just straight up go to Khaled and get 80,000 plus runes? Because they're the Earth Tree spirits that you can just straight up get rid of. Or why wouldn't we ride up with like level 30 on this dragon and essentially just do this to him? Beautiful build, ain't it? Now, where do you find the IceRind Hatchet? It's actually very cool because you can get it straight off the rip. So with a brand new character, as you can see, like it's kind of like weird. There's a brand new character. You're going to get your mount. You're going to start again at the Storm Shack, and you're going to be doing the ride around. I'll still show the ride around, but for the people that obviously do know the ride around already, just jump to the next spot in the timestamp. For you who do not know the ride around already, you go from the Stormhill Shack and you essentially just bypass these guys that are always here, aim for the arc to then be able to get past the castle. So you haven't killed Margaret the Fell yet, because why would you want to kill Margaret the Fell? You could get your IceRind Hatchet up +9, and then you just Frost Stomp Margaret 3, 5 times, and he just straight up goes to hell. And if you beat Margaret the real way, and you might have struggled, well, this one is going to bring you leaps and bounds of joy. So this is the way. Stormhill, bridge, left, right, and we're essentially up here. And now we can ride all the way around until we essentially hit the cliffside. Very, very simple. Everyone can do this. It's super, super easy. This is the way how you skip that content, so you can always go back to do it. I mean, obviously, you need to kill Margaret and Godfrey, but this is how you get past that. Now, as you get past this, you have the lake-facing cliffs. You're going to ride right into what the lake has to offer. So you start at the lake-facing cliffs, right into, until you hit the Laskyer ruins. The Laskyer ruins have a teleporter right there up front. So we're here, you know, again, right in the middle. And there's a teleporter in the Laskyer ruins. Laskyer ruins are easy to distinguish because there's a bunch of these guys with their tiny bells being annoying. And you can just ride up to this, jump into that teleporter, go on the death side of the teleporter, so not on the side facing the monsters, on the other side, Sometimes they can hit you while you're teleporting. It's very stupid. And you essentially end up right in front of the Laskyer Academy, which is really cool because you save yourself going from down here. Now, in order to get down from this, you kind of can do something very stupid, which is try to actually jump down. You could walk in this direction to just end up in the lakes. What I tend to do is this, and I just try to land on that one. So you jump down from the bridge and you need to essentially do the double jump to land on this so you're not too low. And then we're just riding straight over to the temple quarters. So from the bridge to the temple quarter. And we're aiming for the bottom right island of this, okay? Essentially where my marker is. Because on that bottom right island, or close to it, there's a chest. And that's where you straight up find the IceRind Hatchet. And again, the reason why we use the IceRind Hatchet over getting the Ash of War is because we want to be able to upgrade the weapon straight up to +9. That we can do in the first 30 minutes of the game. Doing that with normal smithing stones is going to take significantly longer. So this is 4, and then you ride one further where this tower is, and here is the IceRind Hatchet. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, already found. And then as soon as you have the IceRind Hatchet, it already does base very good damage. But obviously, as soon as you get it upgraded, it scales even more and sickening, and you can have a lot of fun. I mean, we're level 73 now because we essentially took the IceRind Hatchet, and what we then did is we killed the dragon. You know, the dragon in front of Fort Farith. And we also killed this minor Erdtree spirit. The Erdtree spirits in general are not that of an obstacle because obviously they have a very predictable, easy movement set. But this one gives you 80,000 runes, and this one gives you 100,000 runes in total. So this was 180,000 runes in no time. I mean, obviously, then we also killed the dragon, Margit, Godfrey, like went to Laskyer Academy, cleared that. And that in like 15 minutes and just completely went through everything with the IceRind Hatchet. This is how the speedrunners do it. This is how you can have insane, evil, crazy fun. It's very beautiful. If you're now looking to actually get the actual Ash of War because you want to equip it on a normal weapon, the advantage is if you equip the Ash of War on a normal weapon, then you're essentially going to be getting a weapon that is scaling with int. So this one here right now does scale with dexterity and strength. If you do get the Ash of War upgrade, then you can do the frost honing, and you can essentially make the weapon scale with int. That would be then when you're hitting with the weapon. It also tremendously scales upwards with intelligence. Therefore, you could make yourself a mage hybrid with a Frost Stomp Hatchet, followed up by Adula's Moonblade. Adula's Moonblade is a gigantic Frostblade that you can swing in front of you. So you would have the option to play the Hatchet that does Frostbite together with the Blade that does Frostbite, and you have an even more powerful build. In order to get the Ash of War, it's actually very simple. You need to hit to Learning of the Lakes North, all the way up here. In case you didn't know this, but here on number 1 is a teleporter that also brings you straight up here, so you don't actually have to walk. And we're aiming for this tiny lake, right next to the castle where Loretta is, and it asks you right up to that one. Heads up, it's going to be one of these invisible footprints that you might not know what to do with. But the reality is, you just attack the invisible footprints. But obviously the frontmost, because it's a scarab, but that scarab is just hiding. You know, you see these? They're going around and round and round, around, round, 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 round. Correct? Well, guess what? That's actually an invisible. That's actually an invisible little scarab. Hoarfrost Stomp. Now it can be put on any weapon that is not unique, but you will have to upgrade it with smithing stones. From a stat perspective, if you're playing this, I've been actually pumping everything in vigor, mind, and endurance. 50, 26, 24. I have intelligence because I did pick up the meteorite stuff, and I'm essentially wielding the gravity magic on the offhand because I can. It doesn't hurt to have the gravity magic just in case it's needed. You know, it's very simple to get. We're getting the Radagon Source Seal for bonus stats, plus the Viridian Amber Medallion for maximum stamina, so we can roll as much as we want and use our skill as much as we want. Dexterity, we have basic up from the class, strength 2, plus then the Source Seal. And with this build, I'm essentially going to be rocking through the whole game and just Hoarfrost stomping every single one. because it is that good of an attack. And yes, even the fire giant is completely going to fall to this. If you want to try it out, this is essentially how the speedrunners do it. This is how people beat the game under an hour. Cool thing is, if you're actually using this around corners, so if you're having a boss around a corner and you're doing this, it actually goes left around. You know, you see that, like the ice spreads left around on the other side further. It's really nice. So like if you're trying to corner camp a boss, if he's trying to hit you and you're just like, oh man, no, I don't want to get hit, and then you know, it just actually goes around a pillar on the right side. It is just very good, and you can have so much fun with it. Enjoy Hoarfrost stomping, enjoy clamping bosses left and right. Check out the other guides that we have. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking this out. More Elden Ring stuff to come. See you in the next video.